Just the Thought Podcast. We back with another one. Shout out to my co-host. We got Tim Tech in the building. Much love and respect, Tim Tech. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the homie Mike in the building as well. Shout out to my other co-host Andre. He couldn't be in the building, but we got some special guests. Shout out to my homie Mike. Mike, second time on the show. Puckett, my friend, been my friend down for like 20 years, man. Much love and respect. And then we got the special guest of the evening, Ty, aka Ty Lawson, Maryland stand up. You know what I'm saying? UNC Legend, stand up. NBA vet, stand up. You know what I'm saying? One of the best to do it under 6 feet. Nice to join you, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Much love, much respect. How's everything, brother?
Man, everything's cool, man. Just chilling, man. Just got done working out, so I rushed over here. But under 6 feet, that's crazy, yo. That's wild.
Bro, you
was at least 6 foot, bro.
You said, yo, really? I had you at 5. I had you at 5,
bro.
I had you at 5'11", bro. I had you at 5'11", bro.
Man, listen, don't believe the internet. I'm bro. I'm in the club, man. I'm not.
So you are 6.
Yeah, I'm in there, bro.
Bro, I got some beef with you, bro. I got some beef with you, bro. You beat my Michigan State team in 2009. We got to talk about that, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was built to ass. The game was over at halftime. We was up like
bro.
Don't put that work.
Talk to him.
They had there was the Ford Field. That thing was silent. I ain't hear nobody in that.
Bro, I was heated watching that game. Because I went to school with a bunch of, UNC, one of the most popular colleges to root for when you root for ball. You know that. I was heated going to school the next day, bro. Y'all whooped us, yo, and like you hands, bro, and that team was like. I want to ask you, like, preparing for that year, what was like going through the motions preparing for that year and leading up to a championship?
I mean, the year before, we played Kansas, and you already know how that goes. I don't even want to talk about that. But they beat us kind of good. So that whole summer, we was all motivated. You know what I'm saying? We all decided to come back. So after that game, I'll say probably like maybe 2 weeks after, we probably went home, chilled a little bit after the season and everything. Then we was locked in. We was back on campus working out every day. Like, we already knew what we wanted to accomplish because we was this close. So we was locked in the whole year. It didn't matter what we was doing. I think Tyler even got hurt that year. Then Deion Thompson stepped up. Everybody, we had Tyler Zeller. So everybody was just like on one common goal. So we already knew what it was.
Yeah, man. I remember that year. I remember y'all, yo. And like, Hansborough, like, being an undersized big man, bro, and like the fact that he wasn't scared to get in the paint and crash with anybody was in there, like y'all was motivated, yo. To be honest, I didn't want y'all to come. I didn't want y'all to play us in the finals, but I thought y'all was gonna lose that game.
To who?
Going against us. Y'all was Kansas, right? Y'all played Kansas before us, right?
No, we played Villanova.
I thought y'all was gonna lose against Nova. Yeah. I had y'all losing against Nova. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's crazy because I ain't
gonna lie to you.
Ever since I think the LSU game was the closest game that we had. We won by like 10 points. Other than that, we were smacking niggas by 20, 30 each. Like there was no close games in that joint. I don't know why
y'all had a squad, bro. Y'all had a squad. I remember that game, bro. Yeah. I remember it. That shit was not even close.
What made you guys all come back? Because if you and Hansborough, you guys could have declared for the draft that year. What made you guys? Did you guys like have a talk? Was it we all coming back, or was it kind of just you decided to come back yourself?
I mean, for my situation, I think I had a high ankle sprain. Remember a dude from Florida State like body slammed me. I had a high ankle sprain, so I didn't have like a good showing in a NCAA tournament, even though I averaged like 14, 15 points, but I just wasn't myself. So I was like, I might as well come back. Plus, I ain't gonna lie, college was fun. It was no worries. You go to class and you hoop. That's it. You don't gotta worry about nothing else. So that was my reason. Hansborough, he was. I mean, he wasn't high on the draft boards either. So he was high, but not high enough. He was like, might as well just come back. There was no point of just rushing to go to the league. Money was going to be there. So I mean,
you talk about college is fun. We all know college is great. I remember following UNC for a while, man. What was it like playing for Roy? What was it like being a part of that tradition, especially when you had those games against, Michigan State and Duke and, your rival? What was that like?
I mean, the tradition is why you go there. You know what I'm saying? You see the Raptors, MJ walking through the tunnel. You see all these players, Ray Felton and all them just walking, just being around. So that's the reason why you really go there. It wasn't really, and it was Coach Williams, because Coach Williams, I think Oak Hill, we won the national championship, where we played a national championship game. No, they played a national championship game and won with Ray Felton and them. And 2 days later, he was at Oak Hill, which is like 3 hours from any major city. You know what I'm saying? In the office, like, yo, I want you. I'm like, bro, you're not celebrating? You up here right now? So that's another reason he wanted me to be there. So that's why I really went there too. Then plus I knew Wayne, Tyler was already there. So it made sense for me.
Dope.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. Let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this. What was it like meeting MJ for the first time?
It's different, man. Like MJ is MJ. He has that aura. You know what I'm saying? Like he walks through. He got like a bright light just following him. You know what I'm saying? Plus, that's all you see. He's like a legend. So when I first met him, honestly, it was a funny story. I think it was at the Classic game, the Jordan Classic in New York. When you're in high school, you get picked for it, and I got picked for it, whatever. First thing he just says to me, walks up, man. He's like, I'm not even that dark skin. He was like, man, you about to be the blackest nigga in Carolina history, basketball history, or something like that. I'm like, damn, I can't get a hi. What's up? How you doing? Then he starts laughing, slaps him on the back, hands like this big. Boo! Yeah, man, I'm just kidding. You're going to do good things up there. But that was the first time meeting him. That's what he said to me. And it was just, I was starstruck. I really ain't had no joke. I have jokes, but I had nothing to say back. I was just like, yeah, you're right, man. Appreciate it. All nervous and shit, but that's my guy, man. MJ, he's different. He has that aura. He's that guy.
Yeah, bro. They said he's everybody that talks about meeting MJ, they say he's like levitating. He's like Black Jesus. Like, yeah. was that like for you?
Yeah, it's just like you just staring because first of all, he's bigger in person. You know what I'm saying? You think he's 6'6", but he's 6'6", got shoulders big, hands big, and he just walked with a coolness. Like it's like he's floating. I'm like, yeah, I see why they call him, the airness and all that, because he just got that it factor.
Yeah, he do. He got that it factor for real. All right, yo, but let's rewind a little bit. Let's go back before you got to UNC. What was the recruiting like? What was the recruiting process like? Because you played for Oak Hill. Oak Hill has some legends. What was the recruiting like before going to UNC? Like, what was that process going through playing AAU, putting the work in? What was that like?
I mean, it was cool. Like I had a good AAU team in DC. DC basketball was crazy. Like we had so many players coming out of there: Quinn Cook, Nolan Smith, Mike Bees, KD. I can keep going on and on. But yeah, Jeff Allen. This is so many players out of there. But I played with KD with DC Blue Devils since I was like 13, 14 years old. So I mean, it was just 1 year. Like KD grew. He was like 6'1". Next year he came back. He was 6'9". I think that was like our freshman, sophomore year. And
crazy.
Then we was tearing it up. Like we went to a couple like big tournaments, and that's where I got my name from. There's this dude named Damon Carter, and he was the #1 point guard in my class at the time. I had no idea. I'm just hooping. I don't know nothing about that. KD followed all the stats and all that. I ended up having like 45 and 15 against him. Coach Williams sitting right there on the court. Next day, I get a call from Oak Hill. Oak Hill's like, yo, this is Coach Smith. Can I talk to your father? I'm like, I literally yell. I'm like, yo, Dad, some nigga on the phone named Coach Smith, man. Who is this? Yo, my dad ran upstairs. He was like, yo, hold on, man. Because I know nothing about Oak Hill. So that's how I ended up going to Oak Hill, literally off that game and everything like that. And after that, it was history, man. Like, every college was at my door. They was calling, trying to get a visit. We ended up taking a visit. Me and KD was supposed to be a package deal for real. And we took a visit to UConn where Rudy Gay and Marcus Williams, they shadowed us and took us everywhere. It was a fire trip. I'm not gonna lie. They almost had me. It was this close.
Oh, I already know. I already know, brother. I know.
It's popping up there in stores, man.
Yes, sir.
Everything you need, there. All right. So then we went to that one. Then Carolina. We went to the Carolina visit, and Carolina's where they had me. It was the tradition was too wild, and then they just won a national championship. Ray Felton was there. He was leaving as I've been coming. So it made 100% sense for me to go there, just situational wise.
You talk about coming out of DC. Did you feel like there was a lot of pressure coming from DC? Like you had to walk with that chip on the shoulder to be recruited and stuff like that?
A little bit. I mean, I think I was like really one of like point guard wise, like the first wave of like, point guard coming out. Because it was like me, Nolan Smith. I forgot who was in front of me. Was it Sean Singletary or something like that? I don't know. But when you go to college like that, I'm just a nonchalant person. I just go with I really don't be looking at all that and just kind of worrying about stuff like that. I'm very just easygoing. So it wasn't that bad for me. When I got to Carolina, I was just hooping, man. I was just doing my thing. I really ain't put too much pressure on myself.
Top 5 players to come out of DC.
Top 5 players to come out of DC. It's a lot of players that came out of DC. I might just do my era, I think. You know what I'm saying? Between I see KD, Mike Bees. I don't even know. Who else went to the league from DC? Delonte West is cool. Who you about to say?
Steve Francis, right?
Oh, franchise. Yeah, that was my guy. He mentored me through high school. He used to come pick me up and everything, take me there. I was knowing the life before I even went there. Yeah, franchise. Because I didn't know he was in DC for real. Because when I first met him, he was at JUCO somewhere. Then he came back. So I really
came back to Maryland. Yeah.
And like I said, I was just hooping. I didn't know all about, what I'm saying, like this person, that person. I knew about James White. James White was cool. And now, of course, I got to put me in there. And then, who else? Who else from DC?
And I got Durant, Beasley,
franchise, and then
franchise. Oh man.
It's like James White, DeMar Johnson.
If you want to go older, you could say Elgin Baylor.
He was.
Yeah, that's old. That's like, and I'm talking about his era.
I never seen him play before, so I don't know. We'll put Victor Oladipo. He's from there.
Victor
Oladipo. Okay.
I don't know if these guys played in DC. I know they played in the DC runs, but the Grant brothers, they played at the Matha, I think.
Yeah.
With Markel and all of them. I don't know if y'all ran against them or anyway.
I played against. Well, I played. They was younger than me, and I played in Bishop McNamara for 2 years. So that was before them, though, because for those 2 years, then I left them with the Oak Hill, so I didn't really see them play. But I know Victor Oladipo went to DeMatha too.
Yep.
So yeah, the Grant brothers. I forgot about Markel Fultz. Yeah, he was tough too.
I got a chance. So I got a chance to watch. I'm a believer that DC DMV hoopers are elite of elite. You know what I mean? Like I got a chance to watch a lot of runs out there. You being in that circuit and you going straight to college, what do you think the biggest transition for you was?
Biggest transition? I'd probably say like structure, like basketball wise. Because in DC, you just hooping. It's like, we're not running no plays for real. It's like, man, clear out, I got him. Or we go at the mismatch. In college, it's more like running plays actually for this certain person or reading plays who might be open. So that's why all my freshman year, it was like just reading plays and just like finding how to get the good shot without the coach actually running the play. Like I didn't want to come down the court and keep looking at him like, yo, I'm supposed to run. So maybe after by my second month being a freshman at Carolina, I already had the plays down, who get a good shot when we need shots and stuff like that. So that was
You just hooping at that point.
Yeah, I'm just hooping. Like at first I'm just hooping, but once I got that down, that's what made me a better player.
That's what's up.
Yo, let me ask you this. So fast forward, we go back to you start at UNC freshman year. Take me through your freshman year, your first year at UNC. What was that like?
What you mean, like on the court, off the court, or
on the court? Like you're walking in as a freshman, you're getting that college experience. Then you go from playing basketball. What was that like that first year?
First, I mean, everything's new. I mean, even though I went to Oak Hill, and that's kind of like college. You living by yourself, you got your dorm.
Right.
Ain't like girls and everything running around. But I was living by myself for those 2 years. But in Carolina, it's just you know what I mean. You like basically growing up. You got your own stuff. You gotta make sure you're on time for stuff. Nobody really babying you, so you gotta grow up a little bit. And just get honestly, I would say getting used to white people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I really ain't been around it, so it's like going to the frat parties and just hanging out at the seeing Sperry's and button ups with khaki shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wearing bags.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just looking out apart, so I had to switch it up, get some bands and everything like that. So that just fit in, which is fun. I love like.
Oh, my brother, I know exactly what you mean, Mike. That's why me and Mike looking at each other because we went to school in Maine. Me and him went to school in Maine, and like, that's in the middle. That's where that's in the middle. Nowhere.
Ain't no brothers out
Nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No brothers. So when brothers see each other, we're like, yo, that's our first reaction. You know what I'm saying? Brother, you know what I'm saying? That's our cry for help. People don't know that, but that's our cry for help. So I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta adjust to that type of lifestyle, and it's tough. It's rough.
Tough. I'm very adaptable though, so I got wind of it. I actually like the frat parties and the hall crawls more than what I'm saying, the regular.
Yeah.
You see me over there with khaki shorts. I'm like, yeah, bro, what's up?
They can drink. Oh, you don't got to worry about that. They can party. You don't got to worry. You got to worry about that.
The Sperry combination with the shorts and the Nike socks. I know you was on that wave.
Oh yeah, heavy.
Oh, Ty. No, you did not wear Sperry's with Nike socks.
I'm doing it.
No, you did not.
I was fitting in, bro. I was fitting in. I love it.
We don't do. We cancel on that. We don't do.
Listen,
come on, brother.
I was having fun. This is the first time I experienced. When you experience something new, you're like, oh yeah, and you like it. Oh, it's fire. Like, I'm in there. Tight joint.
We know why you liked it. We know why you liked it. We know why you did it. We ain't gonna get into that. You was having a good time.
Let's keep that secret, man. But just basically going into that, like figuring that out. Then basketball wise, it's kind of tough the first part. You know what I mean? They tried to kick our ass the first week with weightlifting. Then we had to get conditioned. Then they wanted us to hoop on the court, play 5-on-5. I remember the first day, me, Wayne Ellington, Brandon Wright, Alex Stevenson, Deion Thompson. We got done with everything. We had like a big lounge at Carolina with couch in front of the TV. We all laid down. They had food for us. We ate food. I swear we all slept for 5 hours straight after that. Dead tired, couldn't move. We were supposed to walk back to our dorm. That's like maybe, a 5-10 minute walk. It wasn't happening. We was all laid out. I forgot Will Graves was there too. Done. And then we didn't know how we was gonna make it because we was sore the next day. It was like, yeah, we gotta do it again. I'm like, man, y'all crazy. This is what we doing here, man. I was ready to transfer, but we got used to it, and then everything became normal. Like, but that first week was like hell week, man.
Yeah, bro. I saw that you ended up winning. Like, you were first team all freshman that year, ACC. What was that like? Because you being a freshman, you started. What was that like? Being a starter. Being a freshman that year.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I didn't start the first year.
You didn't start your first year?
The beginning, I didn't start.
Beginning part.
Wayne, Brandon Wright, they was coming in. I was top rated recruit coming in. I didn't start.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, that's why people say we had beef at first. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was killing Bobby Frazier. There was no point of him starting for real. But I get it now. He's trying to keep his confidence and everything like that. But then maybe like the 8th, 9th game, I think I had a good game in New York. I think it was some classic. And then
the Madison Square Garden, I think it was.
Yeah. Funny story with that. This is another reason why me and Coach had a little beef before. It was fun beef, but I had a good game. I'll come back in. We lost. I think we lost by like 2 or 3. We weren't supposed to, lose that game. And he comes in, man, all y'all want to showboat. Y'all want to be fancy and wear headbands and shit. No, he didn't curse, but headbands and stuff. Y'all need to take them off. I'm looking around. I'm like, man, I'm the only one with a headband. Is he talking to me? Rayshon Terry's over looking at me like, take it off. I'm like, nah. Take it off. And I literally took it off. I was like, damn, why are you coming at me? I had a great game. I ain't do nothing. I really ain't have no mistakes that game. But that's when I thought he had vendetta against me for some reason. I don't know. But then Bobby got hurt. Unfortunately, he got hurt like 2 games later. Then he had nobody else to look to, so I already knew it was my time. And I walked in there too, like, yo, listen. Yeah, I know I know what's good in here now. All right, I'm the only point guard on the team. Yeah, coach. But yeah, not ever since then we became cool and everything was good. But yeah, that was a funny time in our relationship.
So Ty, can you talk about that a little bit more, bro? Because I had that experience too in college where like my coach was like, "Oh, you wearing, bright ass colored socks and bright ass colored shoes," and everybody else around me is kind of looking the same. How hard was that to fit in, bro? Because I know for me going to a school in Maine, like I said, all white school, ain't used to trash talking, none of the stuff that we do back in Texas. What was that like to try to fit in like that?
Nah, it was cool. Like a headband's a headband. I ain't really tripping. But at least just tell me. You could have been said, yo, Ty, we really don't do headbands around here. They let me use a headband for like the last 8 games, but then we lose. You know what I mean? It just put me on the spot, and I felt kind of weird about it. So, I mean, but other than that, I was cool. I just took it off and, just had to make sure I had a fresh shape up. But that was it. I was cool with it.
Before we move on, let me ask you this question, bro. Like, what do you think is the future for UNC culture right now? Being a champion and seeing what you and Hansbrough did over there, Wayne Ellington and all that stuff. What do you think is the future like for UNC?
The future is like we gotta just adapt to what's going on with this NIL stuff. Like people, I mean, back then you would get players, top players just because you was UNC. You know what I'm saying? Because of the greatness. But now they give around $10 million. They don't care about that. They going to BYU. They going to all these other places. Man, they got to break the bag out, which they're doing now. They hired a GM. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get some more players now because now they're getting the bag and, the tradition. But they was thinking that, people just going to come here for, $50,000. Nah, it's a different day and age. They want that cheese. So that's what's going to happen starting this year. I think they're going to start paying people a little bit more. And we're going to get bigger players.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you too, because Puckett and Mike, they do AAU coaches, but like, what do you feel about AAU right now? Like, from when you were playing, do you think AAU's changed?
Yeah, AAU changed a little bit because, I mean, honestly, we use AAU to get our names out. You know what I'm saying? We go to these big tournaments and everything like that, and we kill there. Then, we're rated top 10. Now it's like, I mean, what is AAU for real? I mean, it's just you can get your name out, through social media and everything else like that. You can play against big players during high school games. So it's like I don't see the point of AAU unless it's like a big tournament. All the extra other games is not worth it. You might as well just get in the gym and work on your craft because you're just, building bad habits, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's when I'm coaching with the program I work for up here in Connecticut. I tell parents a lot of like, I got a kid right now, really good 8th grade kid, but he's very athletic, but the skill is not there. And he's playing 3-4 games every weekend. So I spoke to his mom. I said, take the money you're paying to be on this team and get a personal trainer. Do that. Like you invest it this way so you get this. It's not always about more games. There's kids that play 1,000 games that aren't as good as kids that play 5 games, So it's like if you work on your craft, that's the biggest part about it.
Yeah, also, and the IQ has left the whole game. Like all these players are talented. They're way more talented than we were at that age. But their IQ is garbage. Like they don't know time and score. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't know none of them little things that make you actually a champion and like win. They just know out there, I got 35 or something. But bro, you turn the ball this many times, you shot the ball way too early, like stuff like that. They just, that's the only part they're missing right now. And that's all through film and just looking at stuff. You know what I'm
saying?
I got a question for you. You talk about the IQ level, which I totally agree. How much do you think that's from working its way down from the pros and down, like wanting to be that highlight person rather than learn the game, get your name out there? How much you think that equates to it or attributes to it?
I mean, I just know that the highlight culture, you get known faster. You know what I'm saying? You get popularity. A lot of people want popularity. Oh, I'm that guy. That social media, acceptance. You know what I'm saying? That's what most people are getting. And that's what come from highlights, crossing somebody over, doing some wild shit, maybe all that. That's what people get, most people get hyped from, not really actually learning the game and getting the IQ done. those players like that have the IQ, they normally get the attention later in their career, probably like going to college, junior, senior year, and going into college.
All right, man. All right, so fast forward, UNC after winning the championship, you decide to go to the league. First round, 18th pick, Denver Nuggets. You remember that? You remember going through that? You remember going through that routine before getting your name called? Like, you remember people going before you? You remember that night? Take us through that night.
I remember that night. It was so many point guards in that joint. It was a lot of point guards taken in the first round from like, who was it? Steph, BJ, Johnny Flynn, Ricky Rubio. I think they were all before me. Is there somebody else I'm forgetting? Nah, Darren Collins was after me.
Drew Holiday.
He was after me too, or was he 17? Either
Drew Holiday was
for you.
It was Jeff Teague, then it was Rudy Beaubois from France. He was in there. It was like 10, 12 point guards in the first round. So it was a deep class. And it was just I seen them getting called. The one thing that got me though was my teammate Tyler getting called before me, right? Because he was at Indiana. Indiana was talking to me about drafting me. And I don't know if the announcer was trying to, troll me or whatever, but he was like, yeah, for the 10th pick from Indiana, UNC, Ty Lawson. So everybody stood up in the joint first. And I'm looking like, God damn, all right, man. Everybody sit down, calm down. We coming soon. But that happened. That's the part that blew me. I was happy for Tyler, but I just wish he was like Tyler Hansborough, like said it quick, because everybody was cheering after it took like 2 minutes to calm everybody down. But other than that, it was a good experience. It was just a little bit nerve-wracking trying to set everything up, get my family to everywhere, get to the party, and also, workouts. The workouts were a killer because I did about 7 workouts. So yeah, it was
how many teams did you work out for?
Like 7, and I didn't even get drafted by the team I worked out for. I didn't even work out for the team I got drafted by.
Damn. And take us through your rookie year. So you're in the league, you go through what was that this is it moment? Like that moment you stepped on the court for the first time and you were like, yo, this is it. This is not college anymore. This ain't high school ball. This ain't AAU ball. This is reality. I'm here. I'm at the pro league. What was just that this is it moment?
Man, I think it was just, just getting there first. And I'm like, I was starstruck. Carmelo's one of my favorite players, man, like ever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Then JR, he's been one of my favorite players too, because in high school he was just doing wild stuff, and I was always following him a little bit. But just to go on that team, like it was just like got Kenyon, you know what I'm saying? Number 1 pick, got big shot Chauncey, won the chip. Now I'm learning under him, so I really ain't know how to just talk to these type of players and everything, because I just looked at them at a big pedestal. So it was just surreal. And then once I seen LeBron, we talk like a big dude. LeBron is like, he's built big, bro. His shoulders is wild. He running fast, like he coming through. That was
I'm telling you, yeah. Stephen A. Smith ain't ready for that.
Oh no. He ain't
ready for that. He ain't ready for that. He need to back off. He ain't ready for that.
Ty, I got a question for you. You make it to the league. We talk about just the difference in the physicality with these players, right? And you talk about the guards that come before you. I'm a student of the game. I watched a lot of people that came before you, but to me, I think you was giving them the work, the business. Who was a player who you was like, I respect your game, but respectfully, I feel like I should be above you. I'm gonna take it there when we play. I'm gonna give you the work. Who was there? Any player like that for you?
I ain't gonna lie, it was all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't when I was in the league. Okay, so you might get me a little bit, but you listen. When I come into that city, you already know it's gonna be a rough night. It wasn't gonna be no slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I'm coming down full speed, 100%. Getting to that Baja, you feel me? Like it wasn't no easy night. That's why I be telling BJ screaming all that. Listen, when I came to Milwaukee, I know he went to Ruth Chris, got a good meal, went to sleep early, woke up with shoe around, took a shower before, and was like, yeah, I could be ready for this nigga. Like, I mean, I already told him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no slouch when I was coming in town.
Bro, why you do that? Why you do that, dude? Why you do the boy like that on the Lakers? Why you do him like that, bro?
Who, Banga?
Yeah, why you do him like that, bro?
Actually, it wasn't his fault, to be honest. It was Melo and Chauncey's fault, to be honest. Because right before the practice, they was joking, like, because I'm in practice, I'm on practice mode, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, you can't dunk. How you in the league can't dunk? They just talking crazy. They going in and in for like maybe I'll say like 30 minutes to an hour. JR chiming in, Kenyon chiming in. I was like, all right, bet. I promise you I can dunk. So coach put me in the last couple minutes. And I just noticed Banga, he had like a little bum knee. Like he was trying to, I see him hobbling on it. So coach calls like this called a flat screen. They said it like half court. And I was like, yo, if he comes anywhere close to the screen, I'm gonna cross this thing over and I'm taking off. So I think Petro came up, set the screen super high, almost by half court. Banga tried to come up there. Once I went through, I just took off. I was like, yeah, I had to do it. And you look at their reaction, they're like, yo, they went crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. That was all over ESPN.
They instigated that whole thing. I watched that play. I had to be like, yo, drug test him right now. I got questions. That made no sense.
Yo, did you get drug tested after that?
Nah, man, I don't remember, man. My adrenaline was so high and my Twitter was so cracking. Listen, I wasn't even paying attention to none of that. But it was definitely their fault. It wasn't Banga. I had nothing against them. It was definitely Chauncey and Melo fault for that.
Bro, so you play with Denver. You go against Kobe. What was it like playing against Kobe for the first time?
It's just I don't know. It was different because when he came into our arena, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, we playing against the Lakers tonight. Yo, when he was scoring, it felt like a home game for them. Like everybody was just cheering for him, and like he was just surgical with his moves. You can tell that if he gets to this spot, he already knows he's got a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he practices all the time. It can be up and under, it can be a fadeaway. It's just he wants to get to a certain spot on the court, and he knows he has the advantage. And that's what most players, I think nowadays, they don't know where they can score at. Like what's their, if I get here, I'm in my package. You know what I'm saying? I know I can get off a good shot. But Kobe does that all the time. He's super competitive, very competitive. Talks crazy to you.
So you're going through your league, you go through your rookie year, you go through some time with the Nuggets. What are you feeling like playing in the league for a little bit? What are you working on? What are some things that you see that you're progressing in the pros, but you didn't see at UNC?
Probably more of my jump shot. That was the only thing. Like I had the mid range, like I get to my step back and all that, but it's pretty much the deep three, and that's when I probably started using it more. I think it was year 3, year 4. That was the thing that I was trying to do, like shoot off the dribble. Like I was going more under, like if they went under the screen, then I would shoot the 3. But I was trying to work on like coming down and just pulling that joint. So that was the main thing that I was trying to work on, and just running the team because team, you have to talk to certain people a different way. You can't talk to everybody the same way. Like I can curse this person out, but this person I gotta massage their ego. Like Freed, you can't talk to Freed no type of way because he'll get into a shell. He will just shut down. So you gotta come over here and like talk to him a different way. But like Danilo Gallinari, we curse each other out. You know what I'm saying? We know like we have that relationship where we can do that. So that was the main thing, is just figure out everybody's personality and trying to get the best out of them without, messing up their mental.
Yeah. And what was the best team you played for, and who was the best coach you played for?
The best team I played for, it had to be Denver. When we got the 3rd seed, even though Gallo got hurt, and that's when the rise of Steph Curry started. But that was our best team. I think the most fun I had and most success I had. And the best coach, I would say, I would have to go with George Karl. I mean, he was he was the one who got the most out of his players for the most part, even though a lot of players didn't like him. But I mean, his approach to certain players wasn't maybe the correct way, but he knew basketball. He knew what he wanted, and I can't say nothing bad about his coaching abilities.
Who was that player that you dreaded guarding?
Russell Westbrook. That was probably he's crash out, man. He come down, he don't care about his own body. He try to run into everything, man. So I just knew it was gonna be a physical night. But most nights I'll be like, yo, Aaron Flalo, come on, man. You get over here. I'm getting Cephalosha. Cephalosha ain't doing nothing. You 6'6", you can handle this, this post up elbows and all that. So that was one player, and then Kyrie. Like Kyrie Island's different, man. Like that's the only player like one-on-one. I was like, damn, I'm on this island. Anybody else is pretty much I can guard, but Kyrie, he got a counter for a counter and he got a counter for that counter. So it's hard to stop him.
You talk about guarding these great players like Russell Westbrook and Kyrie. Walk me through the infamous Steph Curry play off the screen. I know you know which one I'm talking about. Where they make it look worse than what it actually was. Talk me through it. I think you guys are playing maybe like Steph Curry when he was becoming Steph.
Yeah, when he was coming off screens.
Yeah, when he came off that screen, you were D'ing up. He made the crossover. He made the three. But I wouldn't say that was a crossover on you. I just think the screen really helped out a lot.
Oh, yeah, the screens helped out a lot, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Either you're trying to get over that joint so fast because he can shoot. And then most of the time, the big is sitting back, even though we tell him to be up. So you're trying to rush over that joint, push him over. So, I mean, you get caught like that sometimes. You get caught like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. It looked bad. But when I see it in slow motion, I say, yo, he was trying to fight over that screen.
That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get over that joint. Like, Deron Williams got me like that too, but his was worse. His was way worse. You look at
I know.
You see
I know we don't. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But he takes that, you know how he takes that big cross, like the big hang dribble, right?
Yeah, the big, yeah.
Late. I was like, oh shit. I think this is my rookie year too. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get over this joint. And I literally ran into the screen. Boom. Turned around, trying to get back to that joint. That shit was cash. But yeah, those are the only ones I really got crossed over on. Is it had to be a screen involved and I had to get over. Ain't nobody on no island just coming down here doing some crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I know. We don't got that much time. I need to ask you a couple more because I gotta pick your brain about this, bro. But before we do that, I want to ask you putting all the work and effort in, coming from high school to UNC to the pros. What has ball done for you, and how has ball changed your life? What does ball mean to you?
Ball is life, man. Listen, I don't know where I'd be without basketball. I went to high school. I went to high school for free. I went to, got a college education. You know what I'm saying? Got to experience different things. Went to the NBA, experienced that life. I traveled across the world. It took me to China. It took me everywhere in Europe. I was doing appearances in Spain. I've been everywhere because of basketball. So I have to say that, basketball has helped me experience different coaches. Like I said, going to Carolina. Now I'm experienced the white coach. I go to China. I experienced the Chinese coach, a European. Like I had to experience everything I wanted to do in life, to be honest. And so early in my age, I'm 37, I pretty much did everything but go to Australia that I wanted to do on my bucket list. So, I mean, it's just basketball can take you many places, take care of your family, and just, it's amazing what one ball would do that can help people in any type of situation.
I got one question for you. One last question, and I'm going to give it over to Mike. So when can we expect you to dog out Brandon Jennings? Because if I listen to this man one more time talk about how he cooking you and lemon pepper Lou, I can't take it no more. I need to see something.
Man, it's getting done real soon. Like he DM'd me, so we're trying to figure it out. That we talked to Barstool Sports. They want to do something like in June. We talked to Underdog. They're trying to set something up for August. And Brandon Jennings and Underdogs like this. So I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, why y'all trying to wait till August? You want 4 months? You want a whole training camp? Like, I'm ready right now. I'm in shape, bro. I see Brandon. He running hills and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know y'all see his gram. His stories running hills. Like, come on, man. Like, we playing one-on-one or what? You know what I'm saying? So whenever they figure it out, they know where the boy is, and we won't get it done. But it's getting done.
So Ty, I coach a girls team out here, Daring Girls Basketball out here in Maine, and one of the biggest things that we do, or that I try to make sure that they know, is that there's always someone younger than them watching them. So my question for you is, who was that person that, when you were growing up that you saw, whether it was a high school person or someone like that you said, like, that's who I want to be like.
That's why mine's probably really irrational. And I mean, I always looked at like AI. You know, that was the one that I wanted to see all the time, even though he was a little bit quicker than me and he scored the ball more. But that was the guy back then. Any short guard, any small point guard wanted to be AI because he really paved the way for us. You know what I'm saying? To score and just like run a team and things like that. So AI was the guy. Had the shoes, that's probably why I started wearing the headband and everything like that is, you know, AI. And then he also was, you know, I like this attitude. He was like, F everybody, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. And he was doing it. So that was my guy.
Yeah. All right. So I got two more, and then we could be done. Who are your top 5 players to never win a ring?
Top 5 players to never win a ring. I never really thought about it, but it gotta be definitely Charles Barkley. It's gonna be James Harden's gonna fall under that category. Who's a big that has it? I know Steve Nash never won one, right?
Never won one.
He's tough. Yeah, that's 3. Who else am I missing that never won a ring?
A lot, brother.
Listen, I don't be thinking of stuff like this, man. I hear Shaq and what's name talk about it, but god damn.
T-Mac, AI,
Melo.
Vince.
Melo never won one?
Melo never won one.
All right, let me take this back. All right, let me go AI. Everybody wanted MVP first. I'm gonna go AI, Charles Barkley, T-Mac. It's gonna be James and Carmelo.
Okay, so no Westbrook, no Chris Paul.
Nah, Westbrook shit was kind of inflated. Yeah, it's cool. I like Westbrook, but he had the ball. When KD left, he had the ball 100% of the time. Same thing with CP. CP wasn't passing the ball unless he was getting assists. He was dribbling the shit out that ball, bro. So I mean, those two those are inflated numbers, man. And then Mr. Triple Double started going, and they got really inflated. So
okay,
got inflated. He really got assists, rebounds, and all that.
Yo, no, he's the real deal. And I was telling them he should be MVP. I love Shea, but Jokic should be MVP. What he's doing is, I love Shea, but that's just my opinion. He should be MVP. That's another topic.
I love smooth hoopers that can just score at will. That's what he can do, bro. He's a bucket.
Another topic for another. All right,
I'm gonna say one more thing about that too. Yo, the NBA is looking for the next face of the league. All right, so Shea is out to do that. If they yes. Jason Tatum had a chance, but I mean his swag.
But Wembyama. What about Wemby?
Wemby, he has a chance, but he's French. All right, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
What an American dude with swag. That's Shea is like people they after his aura, they love his aura, and then he could dress. Then he hooping like that, and then he's just smooth with it. It's somebody that people want to be, and he's like kind of. Average height. You feel me? Like he can be, relatable. Wemby's 7'1". I mean 7'3". Nobody can relate to that. They can't really put themselves in that.
But we're seeing something he never did. I was saying, look at his rookie highlights, bro. Shoot, block, guard 2 through 5. Like, come on, that's different, bro.
If you make Ty Lawson 7'3", I bet you that man doing the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. People can't get 7'3", but people can get 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and at least emulate, think they can, be him.
Wemby 5'11".
They can't do that. That's what you need your face to be. MJ, people was jumping in the air trying, you know what I'm saying? At least they think they can do it. You can't be 7'3".
Or 5'11" or 6 feet. We'll give you either or, Ty. We ain't gonna stay on that too much, but we'll give you.
So Wikipedia says 6. They said 5'11". I know Wikipedia.
2K.
Can't trust Wikipedia, bro.
2K.
That's the only thing I needed to search about you was the height. Everything else I knew was the height. I was like, is he 5? I knew he. 2K said you were 5'11".
I'm gonna call Ronnie 2K right now. Had that changed.
And by the way, you're a 2K legend. You're you're a 2K legend. You, Monte Ellis. I hated y'all niggas in 2K. I hated y'all. I cannot beat y'all on 2K.
Pick and roll go crazy.
I think that's where my popularity came from. That's what everybody say. Oh, you Ty Lawson from 2K. Even I was in Greece, I was chilling. They was like, Ty Lawson, yeah, I used to play with you in 2K. I was like, yo, you see any of my highlights, like playing against late? Nah, 2K, you was killing. So I think that's where I got all my hype from. And
Bro, you had a 90 speed. You had like a 95 speed off the pick and roll. It was straight pop. I was like, oh, we good. We winning this shit.
And Ray just go through people and pop it. I'm like, all right, he got Haas, but like, come on, man. Like every time, like, yo, he was doing, and I was playing him with the Heat. That's when it was the Heatles, the D-Wade, Bosh, and LeBron.
Oh yeah.
Straight trapped him in the corner. I said, nah.
Let me ask you this before we go. Let me ask you this last question. Best Hooper city in America.
Like people coming from like
best, yes, coming from
like, go hoop now.
Like this all time. What city has the best hoopers?
I'm going DC, man. I don't care what nobody say. I gotta go with the home team, man. I'm not none of that. I don't care.
I agree. New York. I agree. New York. I agree too. New York.
It's a close second. All right, it's a close second. But
I'm glad we agree,
man. Y'all ain't coming down there and want to see our top 5 versus y'all top 5. I guarantee I get cooked and thrown.
Yo, what Michael Jordan was born at?
Right? We claim Jordan. Right?
You talking about he's a baby?
What Michael Jordan was born at?
He was what that had to do about basketball?
Where's Melo
born at?
Huh?
I don't know. I'm
he got something from where he talk. What he talk like? He talk like a New York dude or a Baltimore dude?
Who?
Melo.
Nah, Melo.
Mixture.
Baltimore.
Yeah, he's Baltimore. That's where he grew up. That's where he got his toughness from. I don't know. He probably was born in Staten Island or something like that. Had his toughness from.
Stop it, man.
Oh, done.
Come on, man.
Oh,
all right, man.
He was born in White Plains, and he came to Baltimore. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me talk to Jesus Shuttlesworth for a little bit. We're gonna make something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, man. All right, man. Yo, we appreciate you. I wanna, because me, Tim, because Tim's my coach. Me and Tim, we usually like to end the show with a good note. But since you've been through the fire, bro, you put all that work in being a professional D1, playing overseas. You know what I'm saying? Being one of the best to come out of your city. Bro, what would you tell someone that is trying to be a hooper, that's trying to go to the NFL, trying to go to the NBA, just needs that extra push? What would you tell that person?
This is why I tell everybody, man. Like, there's a lot of temptations in this world, even going to high school, from friends to, even your parents and everything like that. I say lock in. All right, first of all, if you want to go to the league and NFL, and that's your dreams and aspirations, I don't know if it's because of, you love football or you love money or whatever it is. But I guarantee you, these temptations that you're having when you're in high school, like maybe this house party or this girl or whatever, it's 10 times better when you get to the league. All right, so lock in. Stay in the gym. Don't go to that party. Don't go hang out with this friend. Go just lock in whatever you need to do get that goal. From working out, eating good, you know what I'm saying? Like, just be focused and locked in on that and work on it every day. You stack your days, because most people that's around you, for the most part, like for me, they're doing the same thing that it was doing like 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, people I go to my neighborhood, they're doing the same exact thing, man. They're going to the not the corner store, but they're going to the court. So they just walking around the joint. You don't want to be that person. I never wanted to be that person where at 20 years I come back down the line and I'm sitting in Bonniewood, Clinton, Maryland. So that's what I say, lock in. You know what I'm saying? You get one time at this. You know what I'm saying? So put all your effort into it. If it's football, basketball, baseball, I don't care what it is. If it's like me, I'm doing an app right now. I created a whole app. So I'm locked in on this. That's why I'm in Cleveland right now for a little bit, for like 2 months, so I can just not be distracted and get this popping, then I'll go do it. But yeah, just lock in. That's the main thing to do.
Yeah, man. Where can we find your podcast at? Let the people know, bro.
Podcast now, it's the app. My app.
It's an app. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Because I thought you had a podcast. I thought you had a podcast too. Okay. Let me see the app. Okay.
Yeah, it's called A Lot of Wins. All right. So basically,
A Lot of Wins.
This is what it is. I'm gonna explain it real quick.
All right.
If you play the lottery, you shouldn't. All right, it's not. You gotta pay in this bad odds. So I created a sweepstake app where you can watch a 30-second ad instead of paying money to win up to $250,000. You pick your numbers, 1 out of 6. I mean, 6 numbers, 1 out of 75, and you can do it all from your phone. Pick your numbers. Then I come on live on Instagram, TikTok, any social media streaming platform, and I pick the numbers. If you win, I send the money out in 7 days through insurance. If not, it rolls over to the next day. You don't lose no money. Everything's free. And I'm doing that with money, trips. I'm doing it for tickets. Anything I can get my hands on, which y'all tell me, I'm going to do.
Bet. All right, thank you.
Ty, real quick, man. Real quick. I know you're a busy man. I'm going to go ahead and follow you on the gram, man. I want to say thank you. I love hoops. Love watching you play. You obviously know the game. You obviously a great dude. Just want to say thank you again for doing the
thank you
for
real.
Yeah, appreciate your time, bro.
Big time, bro.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
Fun, man. Y'all have a fun podcast. Y'all keep it interesting. Y'all got good questions. You know, I've been on some podcasts where it's like, man, this 30 minutes is a struggle. This hour's a struggle. I have fun with y'all. Y'all cool. Y'all good in my book. And you said I'm 6 foot, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You say you're 6 foot, so you're 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot. All right,
you 6 foot.
Back,
6 foot. All right, man.
I'm like, yeah, you 6 foot.
All right, man. Yo, we appreciate you, man.
Much
like I said, thank you. Much love, much respect. I appreciate you, Mike, Tim. You know, much love, my brother. I love you, man. Hey, man, Ty, again, much love, much respect. Just the Thought Podcast, people. We are out. Big shout out to Ty, man. One time. Let's go.
Appreciate y'all. And yo,